All America, all the time. Sit down, buckle up, and get ready for The Dan Bongino Show.
Yeah, man, buckle up for this one because we're going to play a little bit of Dan Bongino Show historical footage to show you that I have been saying the same thing for a really long time, and we've got the receipts to back it up. I want to address a couple things right away at the beginning of the show. Number one, the hantavirus story on the cruise ship. Very serious story. Obviously, there's been some tragic deaths. One death from this is too many. However, during the 10 years of my life, I was in security advance work. We had if there was a platinum rule of golden rules, like a set of golden rules and then platinum on top of it, the number one rule was this: don't shit the bed. Don't panic. I'm already seeing it. Media hysteria, the way people whittle away your rights and get you to willingly forfeit, like many people did, away their money, their freedom, put a mask on, get this shot, all this stuff. The way they do that is they're panicked and freaked out because some people, not you, buy into it. We're not doing that again. I'm going to play a clip the guys found this morning. This was during peak COVID. What was it? March of 2020, right? These guys just pulled it. We're not doing that again, folks. We are going to slowly, logically, using reason, talk about this story because I'm not letting this happen again. Sorry. I got that. Also, I'm asked all the time, was just asked by John Hannity on his podcast I did, the Hang Out with Hannity podcast. Some of you saw. Thank you for the feedback. I am asked all the time. One question I get about my other job in the FBI I just got out of is what was with the tweet, the shock to my core? Well, in case you missed it, some of you may have, I'm going to tell you. Because what Barack Obama, former president, said the other day, was it Colbert's show? No, we're not. No. Sorry. No, we're not doing that. You know, I know things too, Mr. President, and so do you. Not pretending I was at your level. You were the president. I was just the deputy director of the FBI, but it's not a small thing. And I'm not letting you get away with this. No chance. That's what shocked me to my core. I was shocked again listening to him talk about this on Colbert. I got a lot. Hopefully we'll get to this Maha segment. I got 2 pages of stuff today. It's a loaded show. Let's get to it. If you haven't taken care of the important moms in your life yet, I've got something for you. No, not flowers. This is really stuff you can use over time. I'm talking about things to help protect their health and being prepared. Let's be honest. Moms are the first responders of the household. You know it. When someone gets sick or something goes wrong, they're the ones handling it. Everything runs through them, so we need to take care of them too. Here's the deal. From May 7th through May 11th, All Family Pharmacy is giving my listeners, that's you, 35% off everything on their site for Mother's Day with promo code Bongino35. I'm talking about maintenance medications, travel meds for summer, antivirals, antibiotics, NAD, which I use. Thank you, All Family, for sending that over. We appreciate it. Ivermectin, mebendazole, hydroxychloroquine, and more, all in one place. It's super easy. You just fill out a quick form online. All Family Pharmacy handles the rest. Licensed doctors review it, prescribe if appropriate. Your meds shipped straight to your door. No hassle, no nonsense, no nothing. Super easy. It's the way it should be. Go today. Don't wait for an emergency to happen. Go to allfamilypharmacy.com/Bongino. Use code Bongino35 for 35% off your entire order. Sale ends May 11th. Prescription required. Always consult a medical professional before taking any medication. This is not medical advice. Get prepared with All Family Pharmacy. Today's show also brought to you by American Financing. I care about your wallet, the width of it. It should be fat. Keep the money in your wallet. Fatten up your wallet. Summertime expenses in 2026 are stacking up faster than ever. From pricey family vacations, record gas prices, to looming tuition and camp fees, you've seen it. For many of us, it feels like the only option is to swipe that credit card, leaving you trapped in a cycle of high-interest debt. Homeowners, American Financing has an exit off that highway and a way out. It's not about shortcuts. It's a real strategic plan to reset your finances and reclaim your budget. At American Financing, they specialize in building plans tailored specifically to your goals. They look at your current debt, they show you what your home equity picture looks like and make that home equity work smarter for you. Imagine rolling that high interest debt into one simple, manageable monthly payment. There are no upfront fees and zero pressure, so save money. Just get honest advice from a salary-based consultant. On average, American Financing's customers are saving $800 a month. That's real breathing room. Start today. You may even be able to delay 2 mortgage payments. American Financing is America's home for home loans. It's a company I trust. Call them at 888-994-7660. That's 888-994-7660, or visit them online at americanfinancing.net/Bongino, americanfinancing.net/Bongino. Thank you, American Financing. Ding, ding. Oh, thank you. Teresa said that yesterday, too. Full of energy. I slept really good last night. Sleep is the ultimate life hack. So thank you, Guy. Appreciate that. I want to play this first. I just want to get to this hantavirus story. And I want to prove to you that when everyone else, not everyone else, but a lot of content creators and cable news hosts were freaking out. Everyone's going to die. Put your mask on. Inject 1,000 things. Everyone's dying all over. This is the most dangerous plague in human history. It's like the seventh sign. No, you have an outbreak of a virus on a ship. Here's a Fox News story. Yes, people die. It's tragic. It's really awful. Everyone hold. We're not going down this road again. Check this out.
So far, 3 people have died during this suspected hantavirus outbreak. In total, the World Health Organization has confirmed 3 cases and suspects 5 others. As for the rest of the nearly 150 passengers who are still on board, including 17 Americans, well, they're on the move now. The MV Hondius is heading from the West African coast on its way to Spain's Canary Islands. The vessel is expected to dock in Tenerife maybe as soon as Saturday, where the Spanish health minister says everyone on board will undergo medical tests. And if they're healthy, they'll be permitted to travel back to their home countries.
Okay, very serious. We understand. No one wants hantavirus. The Andes version of it, the other version of it. Nobody wants that. It can be spread through mice and their droppings. Horrible, very lethal. I told you this when COVID was breaking out back in 2020. I'll play the clip in a second. I hate playing clips for myself. By the way, this clip I'm playing next could be an ad for Brickhouse Lean, too, because I was about 30 pounds heavier and my hair was a little bit longer back then. You'll see it coming up. There are 2 things you need to concern yourself with in every viral outbreak. No, and none of those 2 things are hysteria. Ignore the hysteria. I'm not suggesting that Fox clip was a pretty basic journalism clip, but I'm already seeing people online freaking out, ex-posts. Yeah, we're all going to die. We're not. Everybody calm the down. You need to concern yourself with 2 things. Please look this up. I'm not a doctor or a virologist, but this is pretty common sense stuff. How contagious is it? It is called an R0. You can look it up. The R0 is, on average, how many people an infected person is going to infect. The irony of a disease like a virus like hantavirus is once you come down with symptoms, it's so lethal that you will likely, which is sad, but however, it's a math problem at that point, you are not very likely to infect a high number of people because you show symptoms relatively quickly and you're going to die. That's not a good thing, but it stops exponential explosion of the virus into a pandemic. That sounds weird, but it's true. The more lethal and quickly the onset of symptoms for a virus, the less likely it's going to explode into a pandemic. That's why COVID created such a unique problem. And of course, the lethality of the second part, by the way, is lethality. So you have the R0, how contagious is it, and how many people die and how quickly. Those are the only 2 things you need to know. If it's very lethal, it's an inverse relationship. The more lethal is it, the R0's lower. Because it kills you before you can spread it. That's why the flu and COVID, the R0s are very high. Because symptoms take a bit. And in COVID, the lethality rate was way overestimated. You know how many people were killed by interventions like ventilators? Yes, COVID technically was the cause of their death, but it was the intervention. I want to play this clip from Pete COVID. I don't like playing clips of myself because it's stupid, because I could say it again. But I get this a lot from people who are like, well, where were you during COVID? Well, I can tell you. We were warning people, don't sell your stocks. Please don't panic. Please don't freak out. I don't trust what's coming out of officials. I think Trump was the only one. Like, this thing probably came from China. And then you got a bunch of people in his office, lobbying him to panic, and he wouldn't do it. He had Fauci and these others. Check out this clip. And again, this could be an ad for like weight loss product. It was like 30 pounds heavier. Check this out. I think the panic around coronavirus, the only question here is the panic surrounding coronavirus. Again, not helped by many in the media. The price we're putting on coronavirus, which is now severe. We're in like severe mode now, commensurate with the threat. I made this point over and over, and I will continue to do it like a broken record because it matters. The question is not, is the coronavirus a threat? That is obvious. Yes, it is obviously a threat, and a serious one. Period. Full, complete, total stop. The question is, are the costs we're imposing on everyone, panic sell-offs, you're sweeping out of toilet paper and hand sanitizer in stores. You can't even find some, toilet paper in some places. Are these commensurate with the threat? Or are they commensurate with the threat the media is telling you is the threat? Remember, sometimes the media is telling you a story, not the story. Guys, whatever, man. I've been saying the same thing since the show started in 2015. Don't fall for a story. Follow the story, even if it means doing your own homework. I'm leaving this here. I'm begging you as a friend. You guys have been with me and ladies for a long time. Don't get into another one of these traps about the hantavirus or the next virus either, because there's always going to be one around the corner. Do your homework. What's the R naught? What's the lethality? Preventative measures. Do the smart stuff. Wash your hands. Stay away from sick people. And do not shit the bed under any circumstances. We're not going through that thing again with the mask panic, shut down. I remember going in a local supermarket here. They were like, this aisle is one way. Are you fucking kidding me? One way? What is this, a street with a stop sign? Like, no, you got to walk down this aisle and up the next one. I just intentionally went the other way of the arrows just to have someone tell me that so I could tell them how stupid of an idea that was. I'm not kidding. They tried to throw me out of the supermarket. I'm not listening to this stupidity. I nearly got thrown out of a dermatologist's office too because I'm not wearing that mask. All right, let's move on. Please don't fall for this again. Everybody chill. And do not sell your stocks again. You know how many people lost money on that? I begged you. We're going to cut that clip too. Justin saw it this morning. He's like, remember you telling people not to sell their stocks? The Dow's at 50,000 now. If you would have held on to your stocks, you're up like 4 or 5x. I was like, please don't sell your stocks. I'll buy them. And I don't want to buy them on the cheap. All right. So you guys have our Nothing is Happening file. I've got a couple additions today to the Nothing is Happening file. The irony here is some of the people out there who were COVID doomers, and I think you guys know where I'm going with this. Some of the same people who were COVID doomers, we're all going to die, are the same people who were Trump 47 doomers too. Nothing is happening ever. The more stuff happens, we add to the nothing. We're going to have to dump this segment too because it's getting almost ridiculous at this point. But it's meant as a joke to highlight that there are a bunch of people pretending to be inside the MAGA tent that don't give a shit about you at all. They're only here to destroy. So a lot of stuff happened yesterday. Over the last year, one of the things we were intensely focused on at the FBI, Cash and I both, and the Trump administration, at large, was public corruption. You don't have faith in elections and you don't have faith in public officials. The entire constitutional republic, thread by thread, gets pulled apart. So we just pulled some reminders of some of the things that didn't happen, that the Nothing is Happening people are telling you are nothing, but were actually something. Of course, we had the Florida Congresswoman who was doing some business, according to the allegations, with government after some fraud was uncovered. We start with that. And we had the Bolton case as well, still going on. Everybody's innocent until proven guilty. The former Gavin Newsom aide, chief of staff, that case is still going on. There were more, of course. The New Orleans mayor was indicted. This is all just during our tenure over the last year. Of course, things they say never happen. We had Kathy Hochul's and Cuomo's aide. Cuomo's, accused of those charges there. You can see on the screen. These are all cases, again, you were told weren't happening. Comey, you know about that, still going on. So, of course, these are nothing's happening cases. Well, the nothing is happening file, we're starting to expand that on the public corruption front, because if you believe this, I'm sorry, you're just being misled by a bunch of, COVID doomers who are now political doomers trying to get you to believe everything sucks all the time, even though you live in the greatest country on earth. Here's another headline out of NBC News. I just don't want to be accused of using only right-leaning sources. Department of Justice sends a subpoena to Georgia officials for personal information about 2020 election workers. I thought nothing was happening there either. I don't understand. What do you think a subpoena is? What do you think a grand jury subpoena is? What do you think it's a receipt from a supermarket? What do you think that is? Oh, but it's happening too slow. That's the way the justice process works, folks. Sorry. Nothing is happening is not a thing. That it's happening too slow because you don't like the process, fine, fair enough. Maybe we can make some legislative fixes, hire 1,000 more judges, 10x the Justice Department, and we can make things move faster. But the Justice Department was designed to move slow. Of course, this morning was a huge, huge day for DOJ as well, because this week, and they've been moving on a lot, Politico Playbook doesn't even like the Trump agenda. It's quote, this was their email this morning. This is like the Bible for everyone in politics in D.C. who reads this email every morning. Playbook, quite a day at DOJ. Here's a lot more of nothing that's happening. DOJ unsettled Virginia politics with its Louise Lucas raid. We'll get to that. They kicked off an investigation of Fairfax County's top prosecutor. That's a separate case, by the way. They sued Colorado over its large capacity gun magazine ban. And they promised to step up denaturalizations of immigrant citizens who are obviously accused of crime. That's a lot of nothing's happening in a week. It's a lot of nothing, man. Don't fall for the doom and gloom. Here is a Fox News report about an explosive case that's been going on for a long time about a established Democrat politician, again, from the public corruption file. All these are allegations, of course. Everyone's entitled their day in court. We believe in that in a republic. You can't argue nothing's happening. Check this out.
These are court-authorized criminal search warrants that they are issuing, and they're going into the building behind me. This is the office here in Portsmouth of State Senator Louise Lucas. You can likely see some of the FBI agents behind me. All of the staffers inside this building were told to come outside. I could hear them saying that they were not allowed back in the building. Throughout the last hour, we've been seeing the FBI come and go carrying boxes out of the building. Now, just across the parking lot next to where I am, there is a cannabis dispensary. We know that the state senator is associated with several cannabis locations and dispensaries. And what we're seeing there, a completely different scene carrying out. SWAT teams arrived with their weapons drawn, telling anyone in the building to come out of the building with their hands up. We also saw at least 3 people being taken away, taken into custody. First, they were put in handcuffs, put on the ground, and then they were taken away. So it's a slightly less large presence than we did see earlier, but there still is a good amount of FBI agents still here on the ground. Also, what happened within the last hour, the Senator Louise Lucas arrived here herself. I was able to speak with her. I asked her what her reaction was to all of this. She told me she had no idea what they were doing here.
Okay, now let's get to the good stuff. And by the good stuff, I mean the bad stuff. Obama. I put Obama in the title today, and it was interesting how many people, a couple on Twitter commented, Obama's been off the political scene for a long time. Yes, but the fallout from Barack Obama's 2 terms are going to live with us for a long time. And do not tell yourself otherwise. Barack Obama, I can make a strong case to you, was the single most destructive force in American politics we've seen in 50 years, with Joe Biden either tied or a close second, not because Joe Biden was mentally stable and up there, but because he was mentally unstable and his staff just took over. If Biden would have had 2 terms, God forbid, ladies and gentlemen, he would have surpassed Obama in the destruction of the constitutional republic, thread by thread by thread. Be like pulling feathers out of a pillow till you have nothing left. Barack Obama appeared with Stephen Colbert. Yeah, I know it says that. He's Colbert here. I get it. We'll call him what we want. Who's doing, by the way, the longest goodbye tour ever. I thought this guy got canned or something. This guy's been on the air. This is the longest goodbye tour. Just say goodbye, whatever, man. This was really tragic. Listening to Barack Obama retcon the American people and imply somehow that he was not involved in any weaponization of the Justice Department. Oh, really? Want to hear about shock to my core? Hold on first. Listen to Obama. And then we got receipts on this one. And by the way, they're all public. You can look this stuff up yourself. Check this out.
We're going to have to do some work to return to this basic norm, and we probably now have to codify it. The White House shouldn't be able to direct the Attorney General to go around prosecuting whoever the president wants to prosecute.
Right, because technically it's under the executive branch.
Technically,
but the norm is that it's independent.
The idea is that the Attorney General is the people's lawyer. It's not the president's consigliere.
Right, even when it's Bobby Kennedy.
It's Bobby Kennedy. And so two of the core principles of a democracy, we can survive a lot. Bad policy, funky elections, there's a bunch of stuff that we can overcome. We can't overcome the politicization of the criminal justice system, the awesome power of the state. You can't have a situation in which whoever's in charge of the government starts using that to go after their political enemies or reward their friends.
Folks, this is the liberal, progressive, communist inversion principle at work. It's very simple. Just do something really horrific, like weaponize the Justice Department, like Barack Obama did, and then in order to avoid scrutiny, just accuse your opponents of doing it. This is not complicated. You can call it 1,000 different things. James Lindsay has a really good DARVO analysis of this. It's an acronym. You can read the whole thing. I'm just going to simplify it, call it the inversion principle. Whatever you're doing, accuse your opponent of. Now, I get this question all the time, mentioned at the beginning of the show. You put out that tweet. It was, I believe, on a Saturday morning. You said you were shocked to your core about something. I've explained it a couple times, but I don't want to go into a long, elaborate kind of, Tolstoy-like novel about it again. However, here's the short version of it, because it involves exactly this. Barack Obama's full of crap. I think you clearly know that. Nobody weaponized the government and politicized the government and the mechanics and the gears of justice more than Barack Obama. And I've got some receipts coming up in a second from Grassley's office. But Barack Obama is retconning the past. You know what retconning is? Here's a Google Gemini definition of retconning. They use it in the movies all the time. It's short for retroactive continuity. It's a literary tool used in storytelling, particularly in comics, films, and TV, where previously established facts are altered, ignored, or recontextualized by new information. They read the Halloween movies with Michael Myers do it all the time. Michael Myers dies, and they retcon it, and they just pretend none of that happened. They just start over. It's like Michael Myers 7, the return of Michael Myers. It's like the Jason movies. They just retcon it. They retroactively, continuously write the story like the past never happened. That's Obama. He is retconning his entire past by trying to blame the Trump administration for what he did. He did not politicize the government. It is Barack Obama who, after Donald Trump won and was president-elect in 45, authorized the intelligence community assessment, the ICA, that basically created the whole Russia collusion fiasco. So when I sent out the tweet on Saturday morning, I had been in the office Friday night, Cash and I had to trade off weekends about who would be in the DC area because one of us had to be there at all times. So Paula wasn't coming into town that week. Long story short, that Friday night, I'm in the office pretty late. This guy comes running in with his hair on fire, and he says, "We found this document." I'm like, "What?" But you can't take it out of the skiff, of course. I'm like, "Okay, great. What is it?" And folks, this was like the Rosetta Stone of the whole scheme. I read 50, 70 pages. I was totally floored. I think I was at the office till 6:30 or 7 o'clock at night. There's no one around. It's a Friday, government Fridays. People leave like 5 o'clock. They're out the door. I'm just saying to President Obama, you really want to go there? You think like you guys left no paper trail at all? Are you really sure about that? Because what we saw and what's going on right now is clear evidence that not only did you weaponize the government, but a lot of your people were dumb enough to leave a paper trail about exactly what you guys did in targeting President Trump. I'm just going to use publicly available stuff. You can see yourself. Senator Grassley's office has done yeoman's work on this. They put this out a while ago. Barack Obama, you had nothing to do with it. Listen, for my differences with some people out there, what happened to General Mike Flynn is a national disgrace. Here's a Grassley release from June 24th of 2020, folks. None of this is new. We've seen new stuff. And I'm telling you again, you sure, Mr. President, you're going to go down this road? Grassley on the Flynn investigation. What did Obama and Biden know, and when did they know it? They note that Mike Flynn's legal team also released Peter Strzok, the FBI agent at headquarters who was knee-deep in all this, did notes. He had notes regarding a meeting between Obama, Biden, Jim Comey, Sally Yates at DOJ, and Susan Rice. Those notes appear to show several important things. Number one, that FBI Director Comey said the Mike Flynn calls with the Russian ambassador, quote, appear legit. Number two, Obama ordered Comey to, quote, look at things. Number three, Obama directed that, quote, the right people investigate Flynn. Number four, Biden appeared to raise the Logan Act that they used to prosecute Flynn. Those look like receipts to me, Mr. President. So what's being done about it? A lot. It's not over. Not even close. Justice takes time. I know it doesn't make a lot of people happy. That's okay. That's okay. You want it done right, or you want it done fast, because you can't have both. We've seen what happens when you try to do things fast. You want them done correctly. I can't believe he said that. I'm so personally disgusted by what he did in his 2 terms. It was enough to get me to walk away from my prior job and run for office myself. I mean, you realize the level of disgust you have to walk away from your dream job as a Secret Service agent? That's all I wanted to do. That's all I wanted to do. I had 3 kind of dream jobs. I wanted to be a cop in the NYPD. I wanted to be an FBI agent or a Secret Service agent. Secret Service called first. Who knew later the FBI thing happened? You know what it took to walk away from that? On Cinco de Mayo in 2011 when I made the call, to hear this guy just disgrace himself again is just abhorrent. We didn't weaponize the government. Trump team did it. You sure about that? Okay. We'll see. When this Trump presidency is over in 4 years and this process, we'll see. We'll see who's right and who's wrong. I'm going to take a quick break, and I've got one more thing from the Nothing is Happening file because this affects you directly, and it is really important. Something really close to my heart, but it is really, really critical because you want to ruin a neighborhood overnight, destroy the entire fabric of a neighborhood, this is the way to do it. Quick break, we'll get right back to it. Here's a question. How many brokers does it take to insure your business? This is a problem that has impacted me and Paula dramatically. Thank the Lord we have found a solution to this one. If you're like most business owners, the answer is too many. You got all these brokers out there calling you. You got to rewrite and give them the same information over and over, multiple policies, multiple applications, and no clear view of how it all fits together. And when questions come up, it's not easy to get the clarity you need. SuperSure changes that. One broker for all your business insurance needs, backed by a team that works with you year-round, not just that renewal time. Makes it super easy. There's a cost to your time. Save time. Check out SuperSure. If you've ever stared at a policy wondering what it actually covers, we've all done that. SuperSure has a fine print fax tool. This thing's incredible. It translates the legal jargon into plain English so you know what's covered and what's not, so you can make sound decisions. Right now, you can go to supersure.com/Bongino. Just check it out. You get a full report on your current policies with no obligation. Find out if you're overinsured, underinsured, or somewhere in between. Go to supersure.com/Bongino. One super agency, one powerful platform, all your policies in one place. We're really happy we checked it out. We found this company, supersure.com/Bongino. They help Paul a lot with one of our policies. Supersure.com/Bongino, paid for by Supersure Insurance Agency, LLC, a licensed insurance agency. Consult with a licensed insurance producer to discuss coverage options for your specific business needs. Thank you, Supersure. Supersure.com/Bongino. Folks, I grew up in New York City, lived in Maryland. You know my backstory, many of you. If you don't, I just told you in the smallest nutshell ever. Open air drug markets really pissed me off growing up as a New York City cop, as an agent, as the DEP at the FBI. I was having none of it. Open air drug markets are a stain, an open sore. You go out, you get druggies, they're all with the fentanyl look. You know the fentanyl look? They're hungover, they can't stand up straight, they're crapping all over the street, throwing up. Kids are going to school, they're stepping on needles. I said none of this. We're not doing it. We did these two big operations. Put them up first, the coast to coast. We did this coast to coast operation. We had our LA office, our New York office go out there, raid these open air drug markets, clean them up, lock these people up. I said, go in there heavy, go in there strong, get them out there. These were in December, at the end of my tenure, at the end of the year. Another one was in Philadelphia. If you know the Kensington drug market, you know this was just a disaster, a disgrace, a plague in the community. We shut that down too. Some great work up in Philly out of there. But yesterday, I want to give a hat tip to an agency outside of the FBI. This was a DEA-led operation. They do great work as well. They just crushed it out of MacArthur Park. You can see in this VO here, Matt Finn covered it at Fox. Breaking 300 federal and local agents doing a raid at LA's historic MacArthur Park, where open-air drug use and fentanyl fold can be seen. You know the fentanyl fold on any given day when they're folded over? No, those days are over. I'm just trying to prove to you that, yes, I would, and me and Cash were both personally disgusted by open air drug markets. This is a Trump administration move, though. This is led from the top. It's not just the FBI, it's DEA and others. They are out there doing the real work. Look at some of the imagery coming out of this. You got to go in there heavy. You got to go in there strong. This is bullshit. These are our communities. I don't want your kids stepping on little needles and, God forbid, picking up some fentanyl pill off the street and dying and OD and accidentally think it's like a gummy bear or something like that. No. Things are happening. Big things are happening. Huge things are happening. And I don't want anyone telling you otherwise. We have a midterm coming up. All this stuff is going to slow down if we elect these Democrats, because the Democrats are going to do nothing but subpoena people, weaponize government again. They're just going to shut all this stuff down. You have a choice coming up in the election. Don't make the wrong one. While we're busy building coalitions and painting contrasts for the election, the Democrats want to turn back the clock. And they are running on one thing and one thing only. The Trump team is running on public safety, economic security, getting rid of the nuclear threat in Iran. The Dems are running on one thing, and it's getting really dangerous, folks. They are running on envy, and it's starting to create a really dangerous situation as we have multiple assassination attempts against President Trump. We've got a number of people out there, say they're inspired by Luigi Mangione and the hit on the healthcare CEO. We can't have this. Running on envy as an agenda is going to create a bifurcated society where I'm telling you, this stuff is going to explode. This is what's going to lead to either a soft or hard civil war. We can't have it. I'm going to show you this Fox report. You'll see what I mean. This is involving the Palisades fire and a suspect in that case. I thought we were told the Palisades fire was climate change. It appears it was a combination of, however, government incompetence And there is a suspect arsonist in the case. Again, everyone's innocent until proven guilty. However, I want you to listen to the Mangione part. You cannot run a society on envy or we'll all be dead. Check this out.
Details in a pretrial memo are giving us a better understanding of Jonathan Rinderknecht's state of mind. Prosecutors say he ranted about being angry at the world, became obsessed with fire, and was fixated on the accused United Healthcare CEO shooter Luigi Mangione. Witnesses reported the Uber driver driving erratically while on routes around the Palisades on New Year's Eve. Court filings show Rinderknecht talked to his passengers about Mangione, capitalism, and vigilantism. Online, Rinderknecht type in search terms like free Luigi Mangione, let's take down all the billionaires, and Reddit, let's kill all the billionaires. In an interview with investigators on January 24th of last year, when asked why someone might commit arson in the Palisades, Rinderknecht responded that it would be out of resentment of the rich enjoying their money as we're basically being enslaved by them.
Folks, listen to Brother Dan here, okay? You can't run a freaking society on this, man. By the way, this is not the first time we've had a suspect in a violent incident cite Luigi Mangione. This is being fertilized and gasoline is being put on this envy fire, by the way, by people pretending to be in our tent who are the hidden knowledge data point people too. They're constantly telling you, hey, listen, we've got the answer to this crime and that crime and what happened here. Well, what is it? I don't want to tell you. It's a data point. It's hidden knowledge. Subscribe here. Buy my merch there. It's a big scam. Please do not fall for this. Anchor your movement in truth. Build coalitions. Bring people in the tent. Go out and present ideas. Envy is not an idea that's ever going to lead to a prosperous, growth-oriented society where people can, pass down a greater country, a more prosperous country to their kids ever. It has only led to one place ever, death and destruction. Abigail Shrier did a hit on a podcast. I like Abigail. And Abigail was talking about why conservatives, not always, some people fall for this. We're not immune to it either, but very few on the conservative side are falling for this. This leads to death, destruction, and a mental health trap because your entire life, all you're worried about is eat the rich, screw the cops. All cops are bastards, that ACAB thing. That's all you're worried about. You don't worry about your own life because you suck. All you're worried about is someone else. Ken Griffin in New York, the rich guy. That's all your entire life is envy. Do not do that. Conservatives are very skeptical of this stuff, and they isolate their kids from it. They don't fall for the current thing, men's penises in the women's room. We don't fall for that. And that's why conservatives, generally speaking, when you look at an analysis of mental health data, are more stable. Listen to Abigail Shrier talk about this. Don't get into the envy game, no matter what, and keep your kids out of it too. Tell them, worry about yourselves. Stop worrying about what everyone else is doing. Check this out.
People often ask me, why do kids from conservative families end up healthier, happier? And conservatives especially love this research, but it's promulgated really by liberals. And I think the answer is just this simple. Conservatives were more skeptical of the culture. That's it. The culture coming in was bad. And because conservatives recognized the culture didn't have their values, they approached it with greater skepticism. Every parent should approach this culture with great skepticism, unfortunately, because it's not a healthy culture. It really isn't for families and children.
I want to tie the chapters of the show together today. Let's go back to chapter 1. Conservatives, you know it as well as I do. Folks, in the chat, come on. Tell me you don't know this. When the whole COVID hysteria was breaking out, it was conservative podcasts like What Is Two Thumbs at This Guy and others. I wasn't the only one. It was a lot of conservative podcasters telling people everyone needs to calm down. This is crazy. We're jamming ventilators down people's throats. We're killing people. Wear a stupid mask. We are skeptical. I'm going to tell you something. I am as pro back to blue as anyone else. I think you know that. However, there were even some police departments that were falling into this trap too. You saw it. We are skeptical. Stay skeptical. Ask questions. However, follow logic and reason to an answer. Don't just endlessly ask questions to ask questions. Ask questions intent on getting an answer. Man, we focus on our 5-point plan here. We are going to build the coalitions and we can win. We still have a good shot at the midterms. Do not let yourself fall into this envy trap. Please. You want to talk about a Grand Canyon-like schism in our society. We will never recover from this if we let this set in. What's the 5-point plan? And scrap this filibuster. The Save America Act. Fix the census. Oh, look at this. They got a 5-point plan. Look at that. Very nice, guys. Redistrict the lines to make them fair again. Control the border. That's the Bongino 5-step plan. We're already halfway home. I need to give you a sense of optimism so the doomers don't take over and get people to not show up at the polls. Don't vote. Nothing's happening. Bullshit. Show up and vote. A lot of things are happening. We got 3 more years to make things happen. Look at the plan. We're already halfway home. We're already halfway there. Border control, we're there. The redistricting is happening now. Receipts incoming. Census reform won't happen until 2030. There's nothing we can do now. The Save America Act is out there right now. If we nuke the filibuster, which there's talk of, but look at Taylor. Good to see you, buddy. Good man right there. That's my guy right there. Then we're already halfway home. We're already halfway home. Here's a clip of Tom Homan. Tom Homan, working as the border czar over at DHS. Here's Homan asked a very simple question on the border. I thought nothing's happening at the border. A shit ton's happening at the border. We've had 0 illegal migrants issued allowed into the country multiple months in a row. Check this out.
We actually just came back from the U.S.-Mexico border near Eagle Pass, Texas. And the situation there is night and day from what we saw under the Biden administration. Illegal crossings, as you know, have plunged to record lows. What changed?
We got a new president. I know under Biden administration, he kept saying he couldn't do much about legislation. We need legislation. They didn't need that. I mean, they should have learned from Trump 45 that, through executive orders, you can fix a lot of this problem. If you're waiting on Congress, I'm not optimistic that Congress will ever address this problem, especially now. It's such a divided Congress. But look, the change got President Trump in the Oval Office. He issued executive orders, a lot of the executive orders that worked in Trump 45, reestablished them with a few others. And as of today, we got the most secure border in the history of the nation. I mean, even better than Trump 45.
Don't tell me, cut the bullshit right now. Do not tell me the 5-point plan is impossible. We are a little over a quarter of the way through Donald Trump's second term, and we've already nailed 2 of the 5 points of the plan. And the Save America Act is out there. We've already nailed redistricting and border control. Stop telling me we can't do it. By the way, what Tom Homan is saying is 100% true. One of the things that pissed me off in the Biden years when, we exploded during the Biden years, this show, because everybody was looking for a vehicle to vent off their anger at this idiot in the White House. One of the things we were told in the Biden years is you can't control the border. You need new legislation. Tom Homan said, no, you don't. You just need a new president. Okay, where are the receipts for that? Right here. Here's the Immigration Nationality Act, Section 212F. It's clear as day. The White House put it out the other day in a tweet. You can read it yourself. There it is, the White House. INA Section 212F. Whenever the president, notice it doesn't say Congress. Whenever the president finds that the entry of any aliens or any class of aliens into the U.S. would be detrimental to the interests of the U.S., the president may by proclamation and for such period as the president shall deem necessary, suspend the entry of all aliens or any class of aliens as immigrants or non-immigrants, or impose on the entry of aliens any restrictions he may deem to be appropriate. Justin, that sounds pretty straightforward to me. I thought the president couldn't do anything. I thought he couldn't do anything. You may say, Dan, I'm a P1 listener. You put this 212F up a lot. Yes, that's the point. I've always told you the story, not a story. The media tells you what story? Biden couldn't do anything about the border. He had no power. Biden didn't know about INA 212F? Are you serious? Is he that stupid? Of course he did. He just didn't want to do anything about the border. Don't let the doomers bullshit you. We're 2 of 5, and we're only a quarter of the way through the presidency. 2 of the 5 points are already there. We're almost home. Here's Larry O'Connor. Larry's a friend of mine. We worked at WMAL together for a long time. Larry O'Connor's a pretty good host in his own right. Larry O'Connor talks about these 2 things, and this is for the doomers too. Everybody's ready to forfeit the midterms. We don't even have an answer to these important 2 critical questions yet, and you got a bunch of people out there blackpilling everyone. How? The variables for the math equation aren't even set yet. Here's Larry on 2 important things you need to pay attention to. Check this out.
There's 2 elements of these midterms that everyone needs to just hold their breath and wait for before they make predictions on what's going to happen. Number 1, we still don't know what the map is going to look like and what those districts look like. But number 2, let the Democrats find their nominees, because if they keep nominating people like this, that changes the equation for Republicans.
Thank you, Larry O'Connor. We don't even know what the maps are going to look like yet. There's redistricting now going on and talk of it in Tennessee, Louisiana. I don't want to miss any. Alabama, Mississippi. Dan, some of these places already had their primaries. Yes, the Republicans down there are moving so quick that they may go and retroactively do these primaries over again and redistrict the lines. Good. You want to fight back? That's the way to. Don't tell me nothing's happening. It is happening right now. And their candidates on the Democrat side are shit. You got a guy with a Nazi tattoo up in Maine. You got another guy going around and campaigning in Michigan with a dude talking about social murder. You got another one, Mallory McMorrow in Michigan, running in Michigan, talking about how Michiganders basically suck and Midwesterners are terrible. She loves California. Their slate of candidates are terrible. And where everybody's throwing it, it's over, doom and gloom. No. I saw the same shit with COVID. Put your mask on. Everyone's going to die. No, not everyone's going to die. Cut the shit. Stop. You ever see the Michael Jordan Giphy? Stop. Just stop. You ever see it? If you know Giphies, I'm on Twitter all day, on X. It's one of the best Giphies. It's up there with the Mariah Carey, I don't know her, and Flaming Elmo guy. If you're on Giphies and you use Giphies, you know exactly what I'm doing. Stop. Just stop. You got to find me that one, dude. You know the one? Oh, there it is. Yes. Thank you, Justin. This was not part of the show. That dude is fast. This is the Michael Jordan. Stop it. Get some help. Doomers, stop it. Get some help. We're bringing receipts. We're showing you that the stuff is happening. Here's a quick Fox report. We don't even know what the lines are yet. Republicans in the South are now like, good. Now that VRA Supreme Court case, we're going to redistrict our maps too. Excellent. Check this out.
In a high-stakes redistricting fight ahead of the midterms, President Donald Trump is urging Republican states to move quickly. Louisiana is delaying primaries for House races after the Supreme Court ruled its map unconstitutional, since lawmakers used race while drawing a district. Now other red states are reacting to the ruling. Governors from Alabama and Mississippi scheduled a special session to discuss redistricting. Tennessee's governor told Trump he's open to redrawing, adding another Republican seat.
Yes. Stop it, doomers. Get some help. Stop it. Get some help. You need it. We don't even know what's going on yet. Everybody's freaking out. Not only that, I told you elections are about contrast. You can't just make it a referendum on your stuff. Hey, we're really great. Because some people just don't like you. Some people just hate Republicans. That's a fact. Academia got to them. The media got to them. However, those people, if you just make it a referendum on you, oh, I'm great, candidate A. Some people don't think you're great. You have to paint a contrast for the people who think you're not great and think you suck. You have to paint a contrast as to why candidate B from the Democrat Party sucks even worse. It's not the Democratic Party. There's nothing democratic about it. You understand the contrast? Do you get where I'm going with this? Mark Penn brought it up yesterday on the show in the clip we played. You cannot just say, I am the Republican candidate in Tennessee or elsewhere. I'm really great because of this. Good. A lot of Republicans are going to buy that. A lot of independents. Democrats are probably going to hate you. If you can convince the Democrats that their candidate sucks even worse, You got two things that could happen. One, they could stay home, which, listen, don't vote. You don't want to vote? Don't vote. Fine. I don't care. I'd rather you not vote against me. Or you may even get some of them to vote for you like Donald Trump did. He was great at painting contrast, crooked Hillary, all this other stuff. But you can't only paint contrast. You have to build coalitions too. You have to go out there and grab subsets of people who were not traditionally part of your conservative movement, your liberal movement, whatever it may be. You have to grab subsets of people that are not natural allies and make them natural allies. That's why I cannot talk enough about this Make America Healthy Again movement. Folks, I am knee deep in this. There are two things I passionately love. Economics, which is weird. I don't know. I just like it. I've been talking about it forever. Who cares? Second are health hacks. I was always into working out, but the cancer thing just scared me. Like it scares a lot of people. I'm 5 years now. I'm just obsessed with not getting dead. It scares you. This is an exploding movement in America, and anything I can do to bring people into the fold. Liberals are like, body positivity, be obese, it's no big deal. It is a big deal. You know why? You're going to die. Don't die. Stop eating so much. It's going to kill you. But I'm body positive. You're going to be body positive in a casket. Stop. Just stop. Michael Jordan Giffey, just stop. It's true. Here's Bobby Kennedy in the Oval Office, our cabinet member, Secretary HHS Bobby Kennedy, on the obesity crisis. Check this out.
The presidency has presided over the worst public health crisis in history. We're now the sickest nation in the world. We've gone from 5% of our kids being obese to 20%. 70% of adults are obese or overweight, and 77% of our children cannot qualify for military service. And that should be an eye-opener for all of us.
There's a don't get that emoji for the chat. Is this new? You guys are great in the chat. Pat McGroin. Just stop being stupid. Folks, I'm sorry. We have to stop bullshitting people. We're living in a world where no one wants to offend anybody. Don't tell people who eat too much that they could die. Why would you not tell them that? Don't get that. Light it up. Don't get that in the chat. Don't get dead. Tear it up. Only we can melt the chat down, this show. We have the audience to do it. I love melting chats down. I love when it stalls. We beat the technology. Stop getting dead. The Make America Healthy movement is exploding. There are all kinds of products out there and things. You can change your life. You're never going to change your life. There you go. Tear it up in the chat. Don't get dead. And stop listening to bullshitters that are trying to get you dead quicker. Everything's going to be okay. It's not going to freaking be okay. The quality of your life should matter. I don't like CNN clips on this stuff. However, this guest is pretty good. This guy like Dave asked me, look at that chat. Here he is talking about, it's not just the quantity of your life that matters. Do you want to live till 90 and from 40 on, you're not even ambulatory, you can't move around, your knees are busted, your shoulders don't work, you can't think straight, you got advanced stage dementia? We're going through that right now. You don't want that shit. We've got someone we're taking care of now. You don't want that. Many of you are dealing with it now. Being obese and out of shape makes all this stuff worse. Cut the shit. Here's a CNN guest talking about how quality of your life should matter too. This is our coalition. We're the ones preaching real body positivity, which means get in shape. Check this out.
If you're trying to extend your life because you're planning to not die, I hate to tell you something, the Earth's crust will crack in two at some point and the universe will collapse down on itself. We're all going to die. So the real game is, how can I feel really good now and for as long as I choose until I'm done and not stress so much along the way? So a big mistake that some longevity people or biohackers make is trying to do everything perfectly. The deal is more energy today equals more years later. So you focus on what's going to give you the quickest results. So you have more energy. So it's just not so hard anymore. Get a sleep tracker. And if something's working, your morning readiness score will be higher. So it's not in biohacking about doing what's supposed to work. It's about doing what actually works for your biology today. And if anything in the last 10 years has come out of this field, it's that there are no two identical humans. So your goals are different than your friends, your genetics are different than your friends, and your brain is different than your friends. But here's the good news. Most decline is environmental. It's not genetic. Studies show about somewhere between 70 and 80% of how you age is environmental, and we can control our environment. In fact, that's the definition of biohacking. Change the environment around you so you feel the way you want.
People in the chat were like, I have glasses. What? I don't really care. I don't know this guy at all. I'm just telling you, like, hey, what he's saying is absolutely correct. I'm not telling you got to go out, get a gym membership, become a power lifter tomorrow, become an Olympic triathlete. Dan Bongino, am not telling you that at all. I don't have a lot of time. I find time. Someone in the chat said 10 air squats every hour. If you can start there, start there. We had Dr. Rhonda on, but I saw this clip. She has Found My Fitness. That's her podcast. She's fantastic. She was on the show. Here's just a short clip. Here's where you start. If you can, your knees work, you check with your doctor, do all that stuff. It's only smart. Get a good checkup, get some blood work done. If you're healthy and good, get up once an hour and do 10 air squats. You don't need to be, a winner Mr. Olympia like Lee Haney. You can just get up and move around a little bit. It makes a huge, listen to the numbers here in this clip, a huge difference in your life. Even little things like moving around. I'm not talking about Bulgarian split squats. Just move. Check this out.
I think the data is clear and repeatable, where individuals that are doing, these short bursts of exercise, if they're doing 3 minutes of it, 3-minute bouts of it 3 times a day, so a total of 9 minutes a day, that's a 50% lower cardiovascular related mortality, 50% lower cardiovascular related mortality, 40% lower all-cause mortality, 40% lower cancer-related mortality. And this is even in individuals that don't define themselves or identify as people that actually exercise, because they're like, no, I don't go to the gym. No, I don't exercise. But they do exercise. They just don't realize that they're doing these moments, right?
You hear what I'm telling you? Or Dr. Rhonda's telling you? You don't have to be in there and engage in like, I got to reach a 4-minute mile. You don't have to do that. Just move around and don't fall for the progressive, old school bullshit, body positivity, all that stuff. You want to get body positive? Go move around and work out. It is critical. Folks, this is how we build coalitions. That group is ours for the taking. They don't want to be told by people, none of this stuff matters. It does matter. It's your body. It's your temple. Work with it. Folks, we have to walk and chew gum at the same time. I told you that. We have to pay contrast and we have to build coalitions, and we're never going to win elections again. And don't fall for the doomer bullshit either. There is so much good stuff happening. I told you I love health hacks and economics. You know why I care about economics? Because I want to make your wallet fatter. And there are incredible, incredible things going on right now, that are going to make your life and your wallet. The AI explosion is going to be incredible. I'm not sure everyone understands the multipliers we're going to be looking at for productivity in your life. Kevin Hassett, I'm going to blow a little out of order here just a minute. Kevin Hassett, one of Trump's economic advisors, was on. This is a quick clip. He's not kidding here. He's talking about people investing in now it's Dow 50,000 and elsewhere. How I'm not sure you understand that this is like electricity, the steam engine, and the Industrial Revolution all packaged into one. This is really important you understand this. You are living through life-changing technology. Check this out.
We're seeing these earnings go up, but the earnings are actually an understatement of how good it is, because those earnings, subtract the cost of the new investments, which are going to give us even more earnings down the road. The bottom line is that there's an AI productivity boom, which is feeding through to an earnings boom, and multiples aren't really that scary at all, even though the market's skyrocketing. And so I think there's a lot more room for everything to go up.
Dutch American Girl says, hubby and I are working out while watching you, Dan. Thank you, you and Hubs both. Folks, he's not kidding. I see a couple of people in the chat. Tell me how it works. I can't tell you how it works. A lot of the labs can't tell you how it works. Yes, I'm concerned about potential downsides too, but ladies and gentlemen, the fact that an intelligence probably smarter than us can potentially cure cancer and do things like that, I'm not going to be a doomer on it either. I'm going to be logical, reasonable. We need guardrails. We got to be very careful we don't wind up in freaking Terminator 2. But let's be realistic here. This technology in just months is just doubling and tripling its own capacity. I want to show you something else that broke yesterday too. That again, I saw almost nowhere in significant left-wing mainstream outlets that should make you really excited about the market, jobs, opportunity. It's just numbers, folks. Receipts matter. Quick break. We'll get back to that. Hey, I've been asked this question many times. How can I help protect my family without taking a life? Well, let me tell you about a product I fell in love with early, Berna. I learned about it from a friend. I was happy when they joined the show as a sponsor because I already had a couple of these. I have a Berna they sent me as well. They sent me one of the new ones. And let me tell you, I trust it. Berna's less than lethal launcher fires powerful kinetic and chemical rounds that can incapacitate an attacker for up to 30 minutes. My father has one too. He loves his. That could give you time to get away and call for help. Berna, B-Y-R-N-A, Berna's new compact launcher, love this one, is about the size of a smartphone. It's easy to carry, easy to use. There's no background check required. The Berna CL fires at up to 400 feet per second with serious stopping power and was designed to help with de-escalation, not devastation. Berna's proudly American, assembled in Fort Wayne, Indiana. More than 750,000 Berna launchers are already in the hands of law enforcement and responsible citizens who want protection without tragedy. If you believe in being prepared and you also believe in restraint, this is an incredible option. Check it out. Berna, B-Y-R-N-A, is for you. Go to B-Y-R-N-A, that's Berna.com, and learn more. Berna.com, Berna.com. Check it out. Take a look. Thank you, Berna. Here's another report that came out. This was on Fox yesterday. The ADP job numbers just surpassed expectations. Well, why would this matter? Because you don't have a job. You don't have any money to spend. This isn't complicated to understand. Check this out.
It was better than expected, Maria. We came out at 109,000 for ADP for the month of April. This is the highest number we've seen in 15 months for ADP, well above the estimate. Last month was only 62,000, so this is a strong number. This tees us up, obviously, for the Friday jobs report. A little bit of a pullback on the market, as you can see here, as this number crossed. But look, March was a blowout.
Jobs numbers good here. You want another one to fatten up your wallet? You want a big, fat, juicy wallet, don't you? Fat wallet. Cheese, cash. That's what you want in there. Here's another report by Axios, no friend to President Trump and the MAGA agenda, talking about corporate earnings exploding. Well, what would I care about that for? Because a lot of people work for these companies. They don't have earnings. They can't hire more people. Corporate America. Shrugging off economic uncertainty as earnings deliver. I don't know, guy. I thought everything was terrible. I thought everything was doom and gloom. You want to go back to the Biden economy, or you want this economy under President Trump? Job numbers up, earnings up, Dow 50,000. What do you want? There's a contrast out there. You pick A or B. There's no perfect choice. By the way, I am thoroughly enjoying what's going on in California. Why are we talking about California? Because, ladies and gentlemen, I said to you yesterday that what changed the law enforcement narrative about, racist cops hunting down unarmed black men was the body cam. If you missed yesterday's show, please go back and watch this segment. It is so worth your time. The body cam changed everything. All these stories you were told about, every time there was a white police officer and a black subject, every single time you'd have one of these groups come out and blame race. And then the body cam came out, and you see all these photos and pictures of what happened, and you're like, well, that doesn't look like it's race at all. It looks like a pretty legitimate use of force. California's become a political body cam for the nation. It has. The advent of clips and social media and TikTok, you can't hide anymore, man. People are walking around, the Palisades fire, like, why aren't any homes being built here yet? People are walking around the streets of New York, homeless people, street vendors, the fentanyl flop or fentanyl fold everywhere. And they're like, what the hell is this? You can't hide anymore, man. The body cam going on in California right now is priceless. You know how the Democrats and the media are always accusing the right of evil, racist replacement theory? I've already told you that's bullshit. That's the left's thing. The left talks about it all the time. Produce receipts, Dan. I got you. Here's Katie Porter running for governor in California. Absolutely hapless Democrat. She used to get out of my shot, lady. She was the yeller up on Capitol Hill. Here's Katie Porter admitting that the only way to keep the population of blue California stable, because everybody's leaving it because it sucks. The government there sucks. The only way to do it is illegal immigration. I thought that was racist, the replacement theory. It's not. It's the only way they roll. Check this out.
Go ahead. It's the job of the California governor to protect every single Californian. The sanctuary state policy is designed to make sure that our state resources, the taxpayer dollars, the public servants that we have are focusing on doing their jobs, which is not cooperating with the federal immigration authorities. These are Californians. They contribute to our economy. They pay taxes, and they're one of the only ways that our state has been growing in recent years.
I thought that was racist. Guys, were we not told that? That we can replace them? We were told that, right? I thought replacement theory was, there you go, the New York Times, an actual article, we can replace them. The famous Michelle Goldberg article we use all the time. Don't buy the bullshit. Replacement theory is their thing because it's not a theory. She's openly talking about it. People are leaving California because the government sucks, and basically the only way we can replace the population is through illegal immigration. I thought that was racist. You see the political colonoscopy going on right now in California? We're all looking up there. We're like, I don't want to see that. That's what it is. The political body cam going on in California right now is glorious. And one of the guys who's leading the charge is this Spencer Pratt running for mayor. We played some of the videos people are doing. It's just amazing. He's in a debate with, Nithya Roman running for mayor, Rahman, and Karen Bass, the incumbent, the Democrat. He's at a debate, and I'm telling you, man, this guy, I don't know him. I have no personal attachment to him. Zero. I'm just telling you, I love the political colonoscopy going on in California. Watching this guy with no political background at all, just like when Trump came in, shred these two idiots on the stage who've been in politics basically most of their adult life is just glorious. Watch this from a debate that just happened. Check this out.
Robin acts like she doesn't have any authority with this homelessness. She was the third most powerful person in city council. She runs the homeless housing thing. She acts like this is just Mayor Bass. First off, inside safe. I like to say inside safe makes all of us outside unsafe. The reality is no matter how many beds you give these people, they are on super meth. They are on fentanyl. The DEA statistic says 93% of this is a drug addiction problem. Nithya, Councilwoman Robin's plan for treatment first, I will go below the Harbor Freeway tomorrow with her, and we can find some of these people she's going to offer treatment for. She's going to get stabbed in the neck. These people do not want a bed. They want fentanyl or super meth. These ideas cost us over $400 million to house for 70, what did you say? 3,000 people for $400 million? This is an absolute failure for both of them. They're a team.
Folks, this guy has been the greatest political colonoscopy for California politics we've seen in a long time. I don't know how it's going to turn out. I'm just telling you, yes, this goes back there with the body positivity thing. Tell people who are obese it's going to be fine and everything's great. It's not great. Tell people who are addicted to super meth, it's not going to be fine. You're damn right. Some of these people are going to stab you in the freaking neck. Some of them don't even want help. Some of them do not want help. A large, overwhelming majority are not interested in help. Stop bullshitting people. We're going to get treatment that way out of yeah, good luck with that. He's like, treatment, just clean the place up. Thank you. Yeah, that ad. I caught Paula watching this 5 times yesterday. I come downstairs, I hear, I'm like, are you watching my show from yesterday? She's like, yeah, this video that they put out, that Charlie B. Curran video on X. She can't get enough of it. It's so good. Hey, I saw this clip yesterday. I got a couple more things I want to get to you. Listen, I get asked a lot by, especially when I used to give speeches down for Turning Point and things like that. A lot of young folks will come up to me and ask me for advice. I'm like, listen, I'm not the guy to ask for life advice. I've screwed up a lot. I mean, I wrote a whole book about flops I made that I later turned into successes, and I'm actually glad they happened. So I wrote a book called The Gift of Failure because it can be a gift if you use it the right way. But I do have one piece of advice for you, and it's this. And I'm not trying to be Plato here or anything, but you have to chase opportunities. You have to collect them. But forget luck, folks. Luck is an illusion. You can make your own luck. If luck is a probability equation and you go out and take chances and do things others aren't willing to do, you take an extra class while your buddy's sitting on their ass eating Doritos. You go out to some, after hours event to mingle with business leaders while the other guy's sitting home, playing a video game, then you're going to make your own luck because you're going to meet someone who's going to change your life. Listen to me. My entire life has been marked by opportunities that other people would attribute to luck. I don't. People told me I was crazy leaving my job, running for office. Like, Maryland, you have no chance. I'm like, I don't know where it's going to go. Good news, bad news, I don't know. I'll figure it out in the end, but I'm going to take a shot. Collect as many opportunities, but don't chase trains. I got that from the book, The Black Swan. I've told you about it before. The train leaves at 8:15 and you're there at 8:16, you effed up. You're going to collect those opportunities, go and do them, but don't chase the trains. I saw this clip on Joe Rogan's show. It was Kevin Hart, the comedian. There's a couple things about this. Number one, a lot of people were ribbing him because he thinks like an 800, 900 SAT score is good. Okay. Get past that for a second. This is just really, really good stuff. It's great advice. He's talking about how he was supposed to go to Great Adventure, which is Six Flags Adventure Park in New Jersey. I remember going to as a kid. And he didn't want to study for the SAT, so he never enjoyed the experience because he bombed it, while all the people who had done the prep work got to enjoy it. You collect opportunities, don't chase trains. Live your life as well. Have a good time, but earn, as I say to people, earn your weekends. Bust your ass Monday through Friday. That way you can have a good time on weekends and earn it. Check this out.
Same people that I went and rushed to go to Great Adventure with, they had taken the SAT the week before. They already got their work done. They did everything they were supposed to do, so that moment of fun was real fun for them. I was the only dumbass that didn't prioritize and take care of my shit. So I'm the only one going to community college. Everybody else off to Villanova, Temple University, Drexel University. God damn. I just got left behind. Why didn't y'all tell me that y'all did it the week before? How come y'all ain't tell me that we was serious about the college shit? Y'all ain't tell me y'all was trying to go to Temple or Drexel? Oh, wait. It's because my life isn't their life. They're focused on themselves. Wow, they're doing what they're supposed to do. Hey, jackass. Go sit by yourself and figure it out, because this is where you should be. Lesson learned. Any opportunity given should be taken serious from this point on. Because if not, you can find yourself feeling just like this. So I didn't get down on myself for the fucking moment. I learned from it. Now, if I got to take a goddamn test, you best believe I'm studying for that fucking test because I don't want the feeling like I'm the guy that didn't prepare. Now I got a story to tell my kids about what it feels like to be the kid in class that didn't prepare, that's got the worst grade when they give all those grades back. But it's because of my experience. I don't look down on those moments. You take those moments, you make the best of them because they're life lessons. It's that simple.
Hey, man, I don't got to subscribe to the guy's politics, worldview, whatever. I hear this stuff. I put it out there because it's absolutely true. Guy's video of the day. Collect opportunities. But you hear what he's saying? Don't chase trains, though. If you get an opportunity, prepare for it. Don't just collect the opportunity just to collect it. Collect it and prepare for it. If you have a test, prepare for the damn test. You have a speech, prepare for the damn speech. You want to talk about a guy who collected opportunities throughout his life? Throughout his life, despite unimaginable obstacles, institutional racism, Jim Crow. This guy's the GOAT. Who? Kevin Hart? No, not Kevin Hart. Talk about a guy who collected opportunities. When I talk about the GOAT, I'm talking about Clarence Thomas. I saw this clip running around on X yesterday. He's talking about growing up in de jure and de facto, racism all around, where he was told, probably by people in society he wouldn't amount to anything. won't amount to nothing. He's now the most, I think, prominent conservative judicial Supreme Court justice, most important we've had in our time. He is, in my mind, the GOAT, greatest of all time. I love Clarence Thomas. I got so much Manpanian love for this guy. Here he is just quickly talking about what it was like growing up and his parents with getting to school for him and his brother. This is what it looks like to collect opportunities, even when some of those opportunities are trying to kick you in the face. Check this out.
Remember now, I'm 7 years old. My brother is 6. And he says to us, you are going to go to school every day. And if you are sick, you're still going. And if you die, you will go, I will take your body for 3 days to make sure you're not faking. And he meant it. I mean, the thing about it is, it's one thing if somebody says it and you think they're exaggerating. He wasn't that kind of guy. The Catholic schools were very orderly. My brother used to say, when you walked in there, you could hear a gnat tiptoeing across cotton. It was segregated. The nuns didn't much appreciate the fact that blacks were treated that way. They were mostly Irish nuns, and they were outspoken too. Oh God, I love it. They were on our side from day one.
Man, I love this guy. Can you imagine what it's like growing up black in the South back then, being told that you're just structurally inferior to other people because of the melanin in your skin? It's so unimaginable now. Folks, I got news for you. Like, axiomatically, obviously you just heard, this is our generation. Like, this happened in our time. Well, not if you're younger, but Clarence Thomas is still alive. He's talking about it. So it's not 700 years ago in like medieval times. This happened. This happened to him. It's really sad that he has to say at the end, the Irish nuns were on our side. You know what the saddest part is? That there was a side based on melanin in your skin. That was a side? Yeah, it was a side. Imagine being told, like, you got to sit in the back of that bus or drink out of that water fountain. Why? Yeah, because you're black. You imagine like that was just the way people lived? If there was ever an excuse, and I can't imagine that. Thank the Lord I can't imagine that. But imagine being told every day that you are so inferior to people who are white or basically any other race that substandard conditions, separate but unequal, were for you. You go sit in the back of that class, back of the bus. You're not allowed to sit at the counter in a restaurant. And then still saying to yourself, despite being told that every day by people around you, you know what? One day I'm going to kick some ass and take some names. I'm going to be a Supreme Court justice. And then imagine complaining about your situation today. Man, I screwed up the test, Mom, because the cafeteria, ran out of chicken tenders. So I really couldn't cut it. And I asked the teacher for it. Like, can you imagine that? This guy grows up in the segregated South. He's the most important Supreme Court justice of our time. And you're bitching about chicken nuggets running out in the school cafeteria? Get off your ass and get the job done. You're whining because your cell phone battery ran out? I can't believe it. I can't handle the stress. Get me a Xanax. No, get the Xanax. Grow the fuck up. Go have a chat with Clarence Thomas. Ask him what it was like. Don't baby your kids. Stop telling people who are dying because they're obese. Oh, it's okay. Stop telling your kids their cell phone battery runs out that we should coddle them. Oh, come here, Johnny. Let me rub the back of your head. No, shut up and figure it out. Go talk to your friends. That's the GOAT, man. Love that guy. And I'm proud to be part of a conservative and Republican movement that embraces Justice Clarence Thomas as one of our own. And you Democrats attacking him, you're just attacking him because you're envious, just like I said before. You're just jelly, as the kids say, that you're not him. And you're a loser. That's why. And he's not. Wow, that was a lot of show today. Guy, you like that one? He was a big fan of today's show. And I told you, Guy, his favorite show of the week. Wow, still one more to go. Guy's like compliments like manhole covers guy. Make sure you tune in to Haley. We raid Crowder next. We like Steve. Steve's a good man. Haley at noon, rumble.com/Haley. I really appreciate you guys blowing up these other shows, part of the Bongino Report family here. Vince at 8 a.m. every day. His podcast is just tearing it up. 8 a.m. is a tough spot. He owns it on live streaming. Vince Colin Ace, rumble.com/Vince. Check that out. Please download the Rumble app. It's absolutely free. We really appreciate it. Or you can go on the web, rumble.com/Bongino. You can also watch the show on your TV. There's a Rumble app for your TV. Just give us a follow. Really simple to do. Go to your TV, download the app, boom, watch the show right there. I will see you back here tomorrow at 10 a.m.
I'm Haley Caradia,
host of Vince,
host of Scrolling with Haley.
You can always catch my show right here
on the Bongino Report.
Live, 8 a.m. Eastern, weekday mornings.
Weekdays at noon. If you miss it, no worries. The show will always be
right here
and anywhere you find podcasts. Thanks for watching.